Does my dog understand that he's going to be euthanized? What you are seeing is part his pain and misery, part a manifestation of your own grief and compassion, and part him responding to your feelings. What you're seeing is him trying to show his love for you, and you showing your love for him. Our hearts are with your hearts. Pets are very good at reading our emotions. He can tell you're upset, which is making him upset. Give him lots of kisses and hugs and one last unhealthy human treat. We just did this less than 2 weeks ago for my 14-year-old dog. He had a lot of issues, but when they gave him the propofol to make him fall asleep, we felt him relax like we haven't in a long while. It made us know we made the right decision. We went from the dread of him going away to relief he wasn't in pain to sad that he's gone. I just put down my cat yesterday and I had the same question. I think our animals respond to our unease and sadness, but don't understand the concept of death itself. Feel free to reach out. I'm happy to talk. I think your dog empathizes with the great amount of grief you are experiencing. Dogs themselves experience the same grief when their companions pass away. It's possible your dog understands more than we may realize, at least at an emotional level, but I don't believe they are anxious about their death like humans would be. I am sorry about your loss. Give him a big ol' hug from me. Easing his death is the right thing to do, but please, don't just drop him off and bolt. Stay with him until he is gone. When it was our Selkie's time, we went to the vet with her and they put in an IV and brought her back to our room. They gave us all the time we wanted. We cuddled and pet her for about 2 hours. She climbed into my lap. I was sitting on the floor. She seemed exhausted. The tech came in and we told her it was time. She put a sedative in the IV. Selkie fell asleep. Then the vet tech pushed the med to stop her heart. There was no fear. The last thing she saw and felt was us around her and she knew we loved her. She wasn't afraid. I'm sorry to hear that. It's never easy. It's impossible to say for sure if he is even aware of his own mortality. We have no idea if other animals understand that the way we do. But we do know that dogs are very good at picking up on human emotions. And they're one of the few animals that have been known to show empathy with humans. Your dog can probably detect something different in your expressions, smell a difference in your pheromones, sense that something amongst you and your family is different today. Best you can do is try to seem happy with each other. Maybe try doing something nice like get him some nice food or something. Take him to the park once more if he can handle that. Generally keep calm and enjoy what time you have left together. Please be there for your doggo. Don't let your dog's last moment be scared and alone. My dog was given the shot while in my wife's arms and held until it happened. Edit. In case it wasn't clear when you put your pet down, be there with your pet for its last moments. Talk to any vet tech. It's heartbreaking for them as most of the dogs are shaking wrecks. I have questioned this 3 times in 2 years. My girl was 3 weeks ago and my 2 boys were 2 years ago and 3 months apart. No, they don't understand, and honestly it's the best. They just feel what you're feeling and what their body is telling them. But even then they don't understand fully. They are old, sick, etc. They just know they are tired, sore and don't feel good. No concept of what is going on. You are doing the right thing. I promise. Think of it this way. We have the gift of ending their suffering and make it pain-free. We don't even have that for humans 99% of the time. Sending you, your family and your good boy all the love and hugs. Hey, my condolences about your friend. I had to put my best friend of 14 years down last year because of cancer. I was not ready and will never be ready for anything like that. It was hard and terrible and I cried for a week. I looked into a practices that will come to your home and give your dog some shots in his comfy bed. and he will just go to sleep. I would highly recommend this as to not put any extra stress on your buddy. And please be there with them wherever it happens. I know it's sad and it will suck, but your friend will be looking for you. When my Cooper was at the end, I remember laying next to him with tears in my eyes, telling him I wasn't ready and I couldn't make the choice. He got up from his nap and stared into my goddamn soul with a comforting look. In my heart I know he was telling me he was ready. He stopped eating and drinking and was ready to go. I miss him terribly. No, they don't. It's the same drugs they use for a general anesthetic, just more of it creating an overdose so they pass peacefully. I've had like 8 general anesthetics myself. You just feel sleepy and you're out. It's both the kindest and hardest thing to do when the time is right. You know your boy is in pain. Just give him lots of love and hugs. We always sneak them a few of their favorite naughty treats that day. Also, please let yourself grieve this loss afterwards. For as long as you need to. My sister sought grief counseling after losing her last German Shepherd. He was her shadow for 12 years. That's a huge gap to adjust to. Just know in your heart your boy will be pain-free soon. Hugs. I'm sorry for your loss. It's never easy. Get it done at home, not at the vet's. In its regular environment, not in a scary place. Exclamation mark. I spent the last day with my precious pupper cuddling on the couch. Took her for a walk. As much as she was able. I carried a 20 kilograms dog home. And gave her lots of treats she always loved. She was miserable. But when she looked at me she was okay because I was with her. Even if I'd have thought she knew what was happening. She didn't mind. She actually loved the vet. When we took her she was happy. Walked in with a low-energy tail wag. We sat on the floor with her. Told her we loved her. Fed her treats until they sedated her. She was alive but sleeping. And snoring as she always did in her old age. She was relaxed. She even laid down on the blanket laid out for her before anything happened while we spoke to the vet. I was the last thing she saw. And she was completely relaxed. She slept for a few minutes while we patted her. They slowly administered the medication. Her breathing slowed calmly and then stopped. It was one of the most peaceful events I've been part of. She was happy because we were with her. And that's all she needed to know. Please be with your dog when they pass. I feel that they do. 15 minutes before my dog got euthanized she took a nap and it was the last time she opened her eyes. Prior she looked so tired and I could tell she was ready to go. She was at peace, I believe. Just to add along with other good comments on this thread, you're doing the right thing herein. You shouldn't feel any guilt about it. A vet once told me pets don't see suffering like humans do, and it may look like they are sad, but part of that is humans putting our feelings on the pet because we feel sad. Your dog isn't thinking about the future and your dog isn't feeling bad for itself in the way a human would. It can suffer though and feel pain. That's all it knows. My girlfriend works at an animal shelter and has to euthanize animals. No, they don't know they're about to be euthanized. I imagine animals have a sense that they are sick and dying soon though. No idea if it's true. But I've heard when cats and dogs feel the end coming, they try and leave their pack and hide. Because they don't attract predators, carrion eaters to their corpse which could endanger their pack. Sorry for your loss in any case. My dog got suddenly sick and was at the vet. She got better a little but suddenly took a turn for the worst a couple days later. The vet said we should visit her that night. We were able to get over there a couple hours later and got to pet and love on her, calling her the best dog ever. She was in very bad shape and clearly not going to get better. The vet went over all the treatment options we could go with. Eventually, he suggested euthanasia. We decided to go with that one, and a couple minutes later she started twitching and started to leave. The vet came in and helped her along. It's weird, it was like she was waiting for us to get there and be okay with her leaving before she left. Whatever you decide, be sure to be with your dog so he will be comfortable in his final moments.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.